in Runeforge. The camera swiftly going across the sky as it kind of aims down, almost like a hawk going for its prey, as it sweeps through the mountain range and the open valley, and it keeps going between a path of two mountains as it comes across the Great Bridge of Runeforge, a massive stone bridge that has thousands of people and carts going back and forth on it. And what it leads to is a ginormous gate onto the other side that's directly linked to a mountain. As the gate is open and the crowds are going through, the camera follows. Can we get some more like fantasy intro, maybe?
Okay.
Trying to think of like it's like kind of like beautiful fantasy, maybe, or like Dwarven chanting, maybe.
Okay.
Anything like that?
I am a dwarf and I'm digging.
Yeah,
a
like-
Oh my god.
Diggy hole.
Ooh.
Diggy hole.
hole.
Yeah, just put on the 7 dwarves. It'll work.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, holy shit.
Yes. Let's continue. The camera follows this highway going through for miles. It is lit up with statues of dwarves holding torches and their blades, as each one represents the house, the original founders of Runeforge, and that they hold the pathway to their glorious city. As the people keep walking, they soon find themselves into a massive room. The reason why it's massive is it's the core of the mountain that has been separated. It's actually hollow to an extent. All around the core of the mountain are massive dwarvish faces of each king, with golden lava pouring out of their mouths. The bridge from this point to the city gates is nearly 2 miles. No safety rails, so you can truly envelop the beauty of it, as the underneath is just filled with lava. It's about a 200 feet drop. The lava itself, I mean, it goes into chambers. It is an ocean connected to more oceans of lava down there. Now, the lava here is more gold because of the metal that is treated and the way that lava has been treated going in and out. It almost gives a bit of ancestry theme glow coming from the bottom on the statues' faces. As you enter Runeforge is divided into 4 districts. The top left side, now the gate that you guys go in is coming in from the south. The top left north side is the military district, and that is actually connected to the Desolate Catacombs. That is basically my world's version of the Underdark. To the north right side is the Royal Palace and the Royal District. To the left side of the door is the General Commons District that's filled with restaurants and businesses, while the right side is the Traders District, which is filled with the guilds and where people learn their craft and trade. But in the center of this Dwarven city is a massive lake of magma, and in the center of it is the Temple of Osiris. I said her name completely wrong. Osiris. There we go. It is directly has a road path going from the gate all the way to the way behind it, which leads to the military district and the royal district. And around in the commons district and the traders district, the lava pools are actually swarmed. The edges of the lava pools swarm with blacksmithing wares and functions. But our camera is going to take us to where was it at? To the Jade Glaive, one of the largest and most frequent pubs in Runeforge. The Jade Glaive is known for its wide varieties of ales because of Nadmoir's status as a mastery brew. And our story is going to focus on Nadmoir as he is just getting up for the day and getting ready for business. And he knows that today is also an important day because it's the reunion of... What was your guys' name? Did you guys come up with a name?
The Lich Killers.
Was that what it... Is that...
No, I don't think we ever came together on it.
We did. I don't think it was told we were going to be a group.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I mentioned that. Let's
No worries.
Can anyone shoot out a quick Dwarvish adventuring name that sounds good for Runeforge?
Smorgasbord.
The
Hi?
hammer and anvil.
What'd you say, Joe?
Smorgasbord.
Anybody else?
Iron Quenchers.
Odin's Raven.
Here.
Ooh.
How about the Forgebound Fellowship?
Hey.
I like that.
You guys like that?
Yup.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Now, Nadmoir knows that today's a special day, and he actually has his own VIP room booked out, as this is the anniversary of the Forgebound. I just said it. Forgebound Fellowship, returning back from their 8-year-long quest. Tell us, Nadmoir, what are you doing as you're getting up for the morning and going into your bar?
Nadmoir would be kind of wiping out the last little bit of mugs that hadn't been finished the night before, and then just making sure all the tables and everything are prepared for the day. While he has individuals that help run the bar, it is kind of his pride. So he's kind of like that person that's making sure everything's in its proper place before opening for business.
Oh, absolutely. Now, are you a purist? Now, in the world of Thuldor, the labor workforce is mostly goblins. I mean, there's all kinds of races who still do labor work, but they are the majority. Is your staff have goblins in it, or is it a dwarf-only pub when it comes to your staff?
Nadmoir would take anybody that's willing to work and is a lack for a better term, a good person. He's not going to be fickle with races. That's not really who he is.
You have 3 goblins who wait tables. You have a human and a dwarf who helps tend the bar. And then you actually have a reformed minotaur who had left the Great Horn One's faction, who is kind of your bruiser and bouncer. And he is an old gladiator who is just looking for a more peaceful life. And
Perfect.
do you do anything special for the VIP room?
He would have had the tables already set up with a pint of the Watcher's Gemstone for each of the members. Basically, just kind of awaiting. Heading up to the door there, he'd talk to his Minotaur bodyguard there, or bouncer. Rasman, the Earthforge Fellowship will be here shortly. Please lead them back to the VIP room when they'll be easy to detect.
And he just with one loud he acknowledges. While you're taking care of the bars, people are starting to kind of come in slowly but surely. The people who are getting ready for their shift need to have their pint of ale before they start. A good dwarf is not a sober dwarf. We'll go to Joe, could you change your server name to your dwarfs?
Warehouse.
So if you left click your name in D&D voice room, you should see like change nickname.
I have profile. You mentioned
Right click and go to edit server profile. And then from there you should be able to edit the server name.
While he's doing that, we'll kind of go to someone else real quick. the camera is going to start panning over the general district leaving the tavern as it starts going down the main middle road to the Asera era church, or more we'd call it more of a temple here instead of a church. Bardrin, you're just waking up for the day and you're getting ready for your annual get together with your adventuring buddies, brothers in arms. What are you currently doing to prepare for your day to get ready?
He's just kind of stretching. These old bones are getting old. I don't know how many more years I can do these rituals, but the Earth Mother demands. As he'll kind of don his spiritual robes, as well as his plate armor, as it's part of his part of not only the religion but his spiritual get up as a cleric.
You basically look like a armored blacksmith if he was the Pope.
Yeah, it still has imagine like Crusader kind of armor. Like it's got the plate, but then it's got that cloth kind of like holy symbol kind of going over the top.
Yeah, it basically looks like a blacksmith's apron, but the leather and the details in it are way finer than that. But it does look like a much richer version of a blacksmith's apron.
Yeah,
All hail the
finally.
Pope Smith.
Huh?
All hail the Pope Smith.
Yeah, basically as he'll kind of pick up his shield which leans against his bed and then hold out his hand as his dwarven hammer
Assistant.
flies into his arm.
Oh. And your clerics are actually there to help you cleanse your armor and bless it, as they're supposed to do as you're getting ready for the day. Are you gonna head anywhere, particularly to visit before you go to the pub, or are you just gonna make sure everything's at the temple is ready for their sermons while you're away for the day?
He would, while walking through the temple, make sure everybody's performing their sermons and looking after the temple, helping anybody if needs be. But he will stop by the one place below the lava.
You would only go if you're going there to do the ritual. That's a weekend thing that takes 2 days. Or are you going there?
It's a weekend thing.
Yeah, your weekends. Basically, your life is you are this Earth Warden 5 days a week, and then the 2 days off is you actually doing a ritual.
Yeah, I'm the Earth Pope.
Yeah, Earth Warden. Are you just going there to say a prayer?
He would check on it.
Okay.
He would definitely say a prayer for not only the kingdom's protection but also the protection of this sacred artifact of the dwarves.
When you head down to this greatly guarded tunnel, it's about a 10-minute walk down, as you are now under the very lake of lava that is above. As you open the heavy stone doors, the door itself is covered in almost what looks like almost like a panel of pictures that depict the ceiling of the most vile god in existence. And as you open that door, it's heaviest, and the decals light up with magic. You see the rod. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than a house. It's going through the ceiling and going straight through the bottom as ancient and very powerful rune magic is wrapped on the walls, the floor, and the ceiling, glistening with power from Asera era.
Are there any guards on duty, or?
They're only on duty in the hallways. The hallway leading up to that, you passed every 5 minutes you would pass 4 guards who are basically they're actually have sections in the walls that are indented that they sit in. So they have they'll have 2 people are basically sitting inside of a wall indention where it has a table chair where they're basically stationed at. And so about every 5 minutes, it's about 15-minute walk, so there are 3 stationed.
Okay. Yeah, he would just greet all of them by their names, probably having known them at this point, before saying his prayer.
they salute. Like the moment they hear you coming, they all standing up and they also say one to you.
He'll just basically conclude his prayer to the Earth Mother, praying for protection over the kingdom, before finally making his way onto the tavern.
Okay.
Hoping not to be late. He's trying not to dilly-dally, but his services are needed.
I will say that as you walked out of that chamber, and it was probably an hour ordeal of you doing your prayer and just checking everything normally, you actually felt Astera Era's hand on your shoulder, but it didn't stay. Like the moment you left the room, it kind of let go, which is kind of an odd feeling. Her presence is still there, but why didn't her hand stay? And while you're pondering with that and on your way there, we're gonna say that we're starting to get to more of the afternoonish. We're gonna go with Eddie Riggs. What is Eddie Riggs up to? You know today's a special day.
Yeah, in fact, like I want to say that, like maybe Eddie's running a little bit late. Like maybe he intended to leave his abode at least like 20 minutes ago, as he's frantically kind of putting everything on, and as he's trying to rush out the door, he accidentally steps on his bagpipes, and you hear it let out just a like a whistle noise as he steps on it, and he picks it up. He's like, "Oh, can't forget you, Lucille," and he runs out the door.
As you picked it up and you said Lucille, it's almost like the bag acknowledged you and made a little noise. Could it be escaping air? Possibly. Who knows?
But he takes Lucille and kind of just like throws her over his shoulders. Um, he's gonna take one like last look around, and he kind of checks himself, and he's like, "Okay, I think I have everything." And he feels for his back, and he can feel his battle axe back there. He's like, "Yep, I think I'm good."
Are you wearing like a very like thick leathered dwarvish skirt, kilt?
No, so I'm gonna kind of show you what he looks like. I'll just post it in our little chat here in the call. The picture will kind of help me describe a little bit better what he looks like. So,
Oh
take
my
this.
god, that's right. That's right.
His vest
God.
that he's wearing, it's made out of God, what is it? It's made out of dragon scale mail, black dragon scale mail.
That's badass.
The rest of his clothing is just either made from black leather or some kind of black cloth material. And he just kind of like heads out the door, head banging.
Fair enough. And as you're headbanging along the way, some people give you looks, some of them just raise a hand at you, going like, "Rock on, my bag friend." You actually, because you, for any reasons, were in the Traders District. As you're walking past the path that is connected to the gate, you actually bump into your dear friend Mallory and her ginormous owlbear that follows her all the way around.
He kind of like stumbles back. He's like, "Ah, God, that thing scares me every single time."
And then you foolish look at Eddie and be like, "Why do you find her so scary? She doesn't do anything to you."
Well, she's big and can like,
the owlbear, he kind of walks up to you and he gets really close to your face as he kind of like puffs up and he shows you the eye that he lost when he saved you and the whole group. And then he looks at you and just gently pokes your cheek before going behind Mallory.
You like kind of like in an anime when you see the shiver like go up the outline of their body. That's what you see go through, and he's like, I of course I will never forgive the sacrifices that you gave to us."
Mallory, as you're kind of catching up with Eddie Riggs, after you woke up early, it took you a few hours just to get here from traveling from your cabin in the Great Valley outside of the kingdom. And you actually see Bardrin, your old friend, walking with his armed guards coming from the church straight in front of you. Do you wave him down?
I'll have my owlbear go wave him down.
What's your owl's name?
What did I name her?
Nibbles.
Miss Mora.
Miss Mora? Okay.
Mhm.
Bardrin, as you and your personal 4 guards are walking, you did notice in the crowds from the bridge in front of you, since the bridge runs parallel to the gate, you thought it was an owlbear, but part of you thought, well, it's probably just some hunter bringing in their next kill for taking it for supplies, until the owlbear raises up, standing on its 2 feet, standing over clearly everybody. And it's your one-eyed friend, Miss Mora, who just lets out her little whoop, whoop.
Oh, hello there. I thought I saw you earlier, but I'm mistaken you for somebody's kill.
He gives a kind of an aggressive who, as in, nah, I'd win. And next to Miss Mora, you do see Mallory and your Bagpipes helping friend Eddie Riggs.
Eddie's gonna pull out his bagpipes upon seeing Bardrin and start playing the tune that he likes to call Aluminum Man.
Roll performance check.
Oh, gladly. He's bad at these.
Oh, gladly. So stupid.
No, he has a -2 to performance. That would be a 10.
All right.
Sorry, I'm back.
You're okay. Kind of describe to me how that kind of sounds, if you would.
Yeah, it's like as Bardrin starts like heading over, Eddie you see him pull out his bagpipe and he goes, "I am Aluminum Man." He just, at that point, he gets lost in the moment and he just starts playing whatever the fuck is coming out of his fingers.
Yeah.
The crowd, some of the doors start kind of yelling, "Shut that shit off!"
Eddie pays no attention. He keeps playing.
What are you 3 doing as you guys are together?
So, I take it you're all on your way to the meeting.
Eddie stops playing at this point, and like it sounds like he's like mid playing, but he jerks it out of his mouth so abruptly that it still it makes that like wonk sound as he pulls it out of his mouth. He was like, actually, yeah. I hope we're not like too late. You know, I meant to leave like a second ago.
Yes, I meant to be there earlier as well, but duties call and all. Are his guards all dwarves?
Yep, they're all clerics too. No, sorry, they're paladins. All 4 of them are fucking paladins.
Okay, cool.
You are the Elden, the Earth Warden. You are like below the king in importance.
Well, shall we be off? Oh, keep going.
No, go ahead.
Oh yes, I believe that might be good. We should definitely get this gig on the road. Unless there's anything else you would like to do, Mallory. Do you have any?
Nope, I'm good to head to the meeting. It took me 3 hours to get here, so let's go.
I will say, as for like age, he's definitely an older dwarf. He's got his white hair starting to come in.
So about
Whatever
160.
age that would be. Yeah, like a couple
160.
hundreds. 160, gotcha.
As you guys start heading there, Drut, we're gonna ride to you coming out of your magic mirror and into your spare house.
Drut will, as he exits his spare house, I assume also going to said meeting.
I mean, you are here for that day, I would hope. But I mean,
All right. Is gonna go ahead and start creates a system of slides with his silent illusion and climbs up the slide and starts sliding his way downtown.
sliding your way.
Yeah,
So in what way?
using the illusory reality.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's great. You are just. People are just watching you. Everyone already knows you're the wackiest dwarf in Runeforge.
That's
As
okay. They're all
you-
illusions anyway.
Oh my God! As you're just skating your way down there. How early would you have came? By the way, are you more like running late kind of type of pal?
Statistically speaking, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's definitely about 4 p.m. when the party starts at about 4:20, and you still have to get through the Traders District and the Commons District to get there. But you're hurrying as fast as you can.
Fun.
Nadmoir, is that how you say your name?
Nadmoir.
Nadmoir. You're kind of sitting there in the VIP room, kind of alone. It's like 4:15. You know, like you think by now everyone would have been here, and maybe having Drut, showing up last. What do you kind of? How's your reaction?
I would actually say he's not just sitting in the VIP lounge. As a barkeep, he's used to people kind of just meandering in at their own time. So he would actually be working the bar until he has a reason to be just sitting in the VIP lounge.
Fair enough. It's busy. It's bustling. People got to get their drinks before work, in the middle of work, and after work. And you actually see 3 people bumbling in: Mallory, Eddie, and Bardrin. Bardrin, your 4 paladins have secured the entrance to the inn, as they're just sitting there, kind of a little relaxed, but still on guard duty.
Oh, laddies!
Workmen. Oh, keep going.
Can we get some tavern music going?
Sure.
Laddies, lass, shall we retire to the VIP lounge? I'm sure Drut will arrive in his own time.
Yeah. Lead the raid, my friend.
And as you say that, Eddie, you kind of catch the eye of a very cute bard singing in the corner. Does that kind of pull you a little bit as your friends start moving past you?
Yeah, he kind of very nervously shouts, "Just give me a minute." As he's running over to be by her side, he's pulling out his bagpipes and getting it underneath his arm, filled up with air, so that way when he arrives by her side, he can just instantly start playing.
She smiles when she kind of sees you. She goes, "Okay, keep up." As she starts doing her thing, roll me a performance check.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh my God, it's a 1.
Okay.
Oh my God.
The moment you go to sing, you actually sneeze and just make it almost sounds like a massive fart coming out of the bagpipe. As she looks at you with disgust and goes, "Get off my stage before I have the Minotaur rip you off."
Like, wait, no, I'm I'm sure it's just like attitude, and he kind of like takes his arm and like violently like hits the bag, like he's like, "Come on, don't fuck this up for me."
Nadmoir and Mallory and Bardrin, you guys make it to the VIP room, and all get seated as the door slams open. You guys see Eddie kind of thrown in by the Minotaur as he just slams the door shut.
Eddie, like, he gets thrown in and he lands on top of the bagpipes, so you hear the bagpipes just go wham.
Eddie, you know better. Rossi isn't any lass to be trifled with.
Oh, to be young.
Yeah, and I'm not just any like rock star to just scoff off at. Everybody here knows my name.
Yes, through some mean or another.
Mallory, you and your owlbear is Miss Mori is sleeping on the side. Are you hanging with her or more at the table?
I'm gonna be chilling next to her, just kind of petting her a little bit while she sleeps.
The introvert ranger, fair enough. Durat, it's about 4:40 as you kind of skate towards the pub, and you do see the four royal paladins that protect your dear friend Bardrin. You've made it in time, some would say, but who knows? What do you do?
Good enough. Oh, I'll bow to the paladins as I attempt to enter the location.
As you're about to enter, a hand kind of goes in your way. You know, you still owe me from that card night. As one of the paladins eye you.
Of course. I'll reach my hand behind my back, conjure a few coins, make them real, and hand them to him.
He takes them and looks at you. You know, next time, maybe not lose. As they all kind of laugh.
Oh, yes, I'm such a loser.
As you go
right on it.
The big Minotaur just grunts as he looks at you and kind of does a head bob for you to follow as he starts taking you towards the VIP room. Do you grab anything at the bar at all, or do you follow him directly? Or
I'll just follow him directly.
door opens and you see all of your friends.
Ooh, hello there, Owlbear.
Greetings.
Miss Mori just kind of hoots a little bit while it's just laying there.
I'll go ahead and take a seat. Sorry I was late. The slide wasn't as slippery as I expected.
And I'm gonna let you guys kind of take the stage a little bit.
I assume that's a metaphor for something else.
Oh, no. I arrived by way of slide. I finally perfected it.
Is this like an actual thing we would know about? Like, is there an actual slide in Runeforge going around like a metro station?
No, not generally. During our adventures, I was an illusion wizard, and near the end, I figured out how to turn those illusions into reality, so you'd interact with them.
Kind of like Frozone. You can travel around on ice, but it's a tube.
Yes, that.
Oh, interesting. Yes, your way of travel has always been very, well, convenient.
It's focus. Nonetheless, how was the past 3 years now? Been a day.
It's been 1 year. You guys have anniversaries, so it's been 1 year since you last seen each other.
1 year. Hard to keep track of the anim.
Eddie kind of pipes up and he's like, "It has been, as I like to say, heavy iron." In fact, why don't I play you a little diddly? And he pulls out his bagpipes to get it ready again, puts it in his mouth. Like, as he's got it in his mouth, he kind of like does one of this where he's like, "I call this one Enter Dustman."
Enter Dustman.
And essentially, you hear a really, really welly, like a really like terribly performed rendition of Enter Sandman.
Oh, right there. Elders, the second video.
Oh. Ah, yes. Sandman.
Just speed it up a little bit. Speed it up. Okay, roll me a perception. Actually, I'm gonna let you have this one. I'll let you just have this one.
That's awesome. And Eddie, like as he's performing this for you, like he's kicking his feet around, he's dancing and headbanging. He's headbanging so hard his hair is just flying everywhere in every which direction. He's trying really hard to like get you to go along with it. Like, come on, this is the new thing, man.
Oh yes. I'll definitely like swing my beard around like one does when they headbang.
Like he finishes. What is going on here? Oh hell yeah!
I'm just shocked, honestly, that this is the thing.
This is a thing, and no, that's fucking awesome. Like as he like kind of like brings it to a close, he goes to like give one like final headbang, but accidentally just straight bangs you in the dome with his.
Oh wait, who do you dome?
How do you say name? Drut?
Root.
Drut?
Just make it two O's. Yeah, sure.
So, Drew, you just get headbutted by Eddie.
I was going to have the like fireworks be the bang, but given my concentration was disrupted, I'm gonna assume it's gonna like explode or something. No,
Yeah,
no,
fair-
it's an illusion. It doesn't actually hurt anything, but it'll look like it.
Everyone roll me just like a Constitution save on if you would freak out from the explosion.
That's metal as fuck. Eddie headbangs you, and oh god damn it, that's an 8.
You fucking idiot. Fucking
And he's
idiot.
got a +7 too.
Okay, so everybody just like knows it was an illusion, but Eddie, you just freak the fuck out for a second. Like you scream almost like a little girl.
Yeah, he's
Like, and everyone just kind of stares at you for a second.
Oh, you always have been a great person, Eddie.
He's like, man, that was iron as fuck.
That laugh in the background is so great. Nadmoir and Mallory, I haven't heard from you guys. Anything you have to say to your comrades or anything?
I was just gonna respond to Droot once we kind of closed out.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry.
Well, as you can see, the Jade glaive has been pretty steady. We got a few more that just got hired on, and then we've had pretty regular bards coming through. In fact, Eddie keeps asking me to get into the venue. We're supposed to be having auditions here in a month or two.
I've been telling you, my first performance was really great. And when I did my encore song, everybody went crazy for Crazy Locomotive.
We were thinking maybe towards the end of the night, after everybody's had a handful of pints.
It's like, yeah, man, that's when they get the moshing going and they start just beating the shit out of each other. It's iron as hell, man. I'll definitely bring a crowd in here, and you know I won't let you down. I'll take any time you can give me on the stage. I don't care if it's 1 minute.
Well, it seems like we'll have to separate you and Rosie at least.
She'll warm up to me. I know it's hard to play with other musicians that are on a much higher level, but she'll get to my level at some point.
As you say, Mallory, I know you had to make quite the trek to get in. How was the travel?
Oh, travel's pretty good. Owlbear, my little pet here, keep good company so I don't get bored. And she helps me find animals that I can eat too. Like I'll catch them and then we'll cook them later and eat them. So it was quite an eventful journey here.
It sounds like it.
Eddie looks at you quizzically and he's like, I really hope that, he brings them to you to cook and doesn't just, like, I don't know, do the whole, like, regurgitating pellet thing and you just pick through the remains.
You had the sudden urge that something is staring at you, Eddie.
Eddie, like, looks around like, God?
And then you see just the owlbear with the one eye just glaring at you from the corner.
Margarine looks at Eddie weird when he says God.
And like, and then on the fucking spot, it just fucking regurgitates a pellet and just fucking shoots it at you, Eddie. Do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, gross.
Well, that answers that question.
That would be a 13.
You get decked right in the eye and do like a 360 as you get knocked prone from the sheer size of bone that was just shot at you.
Does it land in his pint?
Yes.
Eddie, like, as he regains his composure and gets back up off the ground, grabbing his flagon, not paying attention that it just landed in there, he just starts chugging.
Roll me a con save if you feel something gets stuck in your throat.
Nat 20, baby. 27 in total.
Like, for a second, you guys see him, like, stop as he's, like, feels something in his throat. And then you just see him, like his mouth gets a little bit wider as then he just finishes the drink and lets out a loud cough and burp.
Yeah, like, as he feels it, he just kind of, like, his eyes go wide and he goes, meh, and shrugs and just keeps pounding.
A few hours goes by as you guys share. It was
like bear-sized, right?
Yeah, this is just a little bone from her last meal, so it was like a avocado core.
Okay.
That he just fucking drunk down. A few hours go by as you guys drink and food is brought. Downstairs is going well. And Nadmoir, as you're kind of giving a small speech to the group, it kind of stops as everyone feels a tremor. What is your reaction?
Sorry, guys. It must have been something I ate earlier.
I don't know, laddie. I feel the tremor too.
Again, a stronger tremor as your guys' cups kind of spill.
Oh, like, well, that's definitely not the beef stew I had last night.
No, the drink.
Save the booze.
Nadmoir would be opening the door to look out to the main section of the bar to see if there's any indication of what's going on.
Everyone looks kind of little like freaked out. The music stopped. And then you hear a loud, and I mean loud, explosion. As if tons of TNT just exploded, and the sound is coming from above. Do you guys stay in and wait, or do you go out?
Yeah, Bartran's rushing out. He's already called his hammer to his hand like Thor, and it's just like, well, duty calls. We cannot let this uninvestigated.
Great, that's the sound of my people.
Preston, toss me my glaive, and you'll see the current individual behind the bar reach underneath and pull out a glaive and toss it as Nadmoir is falling out.
Nice. It's not new.
Your memory must be just as shady as your illusions. If you, this is the same glaive that I've had the entire time.
Oh, right then.
Eddie pulls the his battle axe off of his back, but as he's running out, he still has a flagon in his hand, and he's mid-drink as he's running through the door.
Mallory, what are you doing as you heard that explosion? Your friends start leaping to action.
I'm gonna follow them and come out with an owlbear and pulling out my rune rifle as going out.
You guys run. Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say rune rifle?
Yeah.
Yes.
She has one of the Dwarvish rune rifles.
Just making sure I heard that correctly.
And this-
I cast Glock.
And this one actually has it's more different. It's actually, the runes are glowing much brighter than an average rune rifle. This one has been heavily augmented.
The side
You're so
visual.
stupid.
Just eye holding gangster.
Can you do like a opera, like singing type suspense?
Oh, I got you.
Female opera singing like suspense, yeah.
You want some Latin type shit? I got
Yes.
Yeah, like, where's those tacos? Give me tacos. With lots of sour cream in it.
Yeah,
Beep, beep,
March of the
beep.
Nazgul.
You guys rush out. As when you rush out, no one's really moving. They all seem to be staring up. And you guys may seem kind of confused, as then right in front of you, a large part of the mountain ceiling hits the lava lake, and the lava explodes. Thankfully, not close enough to anyone. Do you guys look up?
Well-
Yeah, Barden.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that's an involuntary.
Yeah, as Eddie looks up, he takes his flagon with him to down the rest of his gear.
As your eyes adjust upwards, looking at the Asera Era temple, you look up as rocks keep falling, and there you see it, a hole in the roof. But what scares the most is this isn't the peak of the mountain. You're in the very core of a mountain. But there's only darkness, but only for a second as an eye opens. The eye is as big as the hole, and the hole is bigger than a house. And then you hear it as there's another tremor. You dwarves, hide away while you sit upon the key of my maker. I, Lithahara, come to claim his key. Lithahara was as legend been told, and the only ancient dragon created by the most vile god in existence. And that legendary creature's eyes now set upon you and all of Runeforge. Go ahead and switch that music up for me. And as he says that, it says that, there's another loud explosion from the military district. As you guys look, you see doors and chunks of rock exploding from the gate, from the side of the military district that held the gates to the desolate catacombs. And from here, you can see it. There is a wave of dragon spawn coming through. Your Dwarven brothers and sisters are getting swarmed so quickly in the military district. From here, it just looks like a black wave as you guys hear this screaming and spells going off. Alarms start going off. The golems start rushing to the military district. Large rune turrets that is a belt that surrounds the top dome. They all start turning and start shooting. What does the party do?
Eddie is going to instantly go into a rage, and I'd like to describe how it looks like because I have Form of the Beast.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
So as Eddie is like finishing the last of his drink, he starts to rage, and you see him get start his muscles start to bulk up bigger as he almost gets about like maybe a couple inches taller and bigger as his face starts to change and it forms a snout into the middle of the cup and it kind of explodes as his hands turn to furry claws and he sprouts a tail out his back end. He's essentially wolfing out right now.
That's cool.
Bardrin would blow on his war horn, just calling the clerics and paladin to arm as he starts making his way with his guards towards the front gate. Hold the line! We cannot let them hurt the civilians!
Before we get anyone else's reaction, as you say that, guards are rushing from the front gate as they're closing it. They're coming from the front! As they all try to push the heavy gates at Nadmoir and Mallory and Droot. What are you guys doing in this moment as Bardrin and his paladins are starting to make their way towards the front gate?
The gates are currently holding.
They're trying to close it right now, but the gate from your district, if you head towards the gate and then head north, you'll go straight to the temple, and that could be the quickest way to a fortified location or to get to the palace quicker if you have the clearance, which you guys would because of Bardrin. Or you guys can go towards the military district to try to help them. It's up to you what you guys do.
Well,
Support. Where are we going?
as you say, Droots, I think you may need a little bit more than just the robes you've got there. As he stamps his glaive into the ground, a like white set of armor latches onto you. As I cast Shield of Faith, you will have a +2 to your AC.
Oh, smart. I'll reach into my bag and grab my Staff of the Magi as I augment it also with mage armor.
And then Nadmoir would start running after Bardrin.
Okay, Mallory. Everyone else is starting to go towards the front gate, but you do hear the screams and the cries as the military district is just getting fucking slaughtered. And they're coming in the thousands. The golems are getting taken down by the dragon spawn. Do you follow them or do you persuade your group to go the other way? What do you do?
Oh, me and my owlbear are gonna head towards the military district.
What was the other way, just
Okay.
real quick? What was the other option?
So you guys can hunker down at the bar. You guys can do all kinds of things. But if you go towards the front gate and then head directly north from the front gate, you go to the bridge that goes across the lava lake to Asera Era's temple. That temple has an underground passage that can lead to, that can lead to the royal palace. But the military district, which is supposed to be your guys' fucking strong, like that is where all your power really is at, is being overwhelmed right now. Right now, it just depends on which direction you think is most important.
Yeah, Bardrin will keep heading towards the gate.
Okay.
In hopes we can get the door closed to stop the aggression.
Okay. Nadmoir, you see, as you actually see Mallory starts heading towards the military district while Drew and Bardrin are heading towards the front gate. What are you doing, Nadmoir?
Sorry, yeah, I think I got it mixed up on what was looking the worst. I assume that's where Bardrin was going. So if Bardrin's not going to where it's the worst,
he's trying to secure the front gate before they get through there.
Right,
trying
but
to stop the flow, kind of thing.
yeah, I got that. But you're making it sound like we're already overrun in a different section, so that's where
You are.
Nadmoir would go.
Okay.
It's all bad. Otherwise.
It's all fucked.
And you have a ancient dragon of legend staring at you from atop. It's all bad.
Yeah, well, Nadmoir can't do shit about that. He's close range.
Okay, Eddie, are you gonna go where Drew went, and Bardrin, or are you gonna go with Nadmoir and Mallory?
Eddie's gonna kind of look back and forth, and he's gonna turn and follow towards Mallory and who else went that way?
Oh, Nadmoir.
And Nadmoir. So yeah, I'm gonna follow them.
Okay. I'm gonna post just because so you guys have an idea of what a dragon spawn looks like.
Disgusting abomination.
I mean, yeah, could be. Absolutely.
That's what he would say.
Disgusting abomination.
Disgusting.
Let me see here. I thought I posted it before, but you never know.
I thought it was somewhere, but I don't know.
I see, that's what I thought too. And then it wasn't there, and I was like, okay, that's a little strange, but it's all right. I'll find it. When you get to the front gates, Bardrin. So Bardrin and Drew are the only. Oh wait, Eddie, where did you say you went?
I think military district.
Yeah, Eddie's going towards the military district.
Okay. Bardrin and Drew, you're the only. Wait. You're the only two that went towards the front gate, as it's almost closed. They're working on it, but when you look and you see across the valley that connects to the outer wall of the mountain, you see something large with fire coming this way. How are you two helping getting that door closed?
Let's see. First, he's going to cast Wall of Flame outside the door to kind of maybe halt the influx to help push it closed. Maybe to stop the flow from running in. Is basically that way they can push the door back in.
Okay. The wallflower goes up, but they're not there yet. But there are soldiers who are dying. You can't really see because it's too far, but something very large is coming. Also, thank you so much, Joe, for finding that picture. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna post it.
I put it in the thing.
Oh, thank you. Either way works. They're about 6 foot each, by the way. Those dragon spawn. Drew, what are you doing to help close the gate, or what are you doing?
I've always wanted to do this. I go ahead and cast Illusory Dragon.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find it on my character sheet. Third, I know it's 8th. I think I forgot to add it to my character sheet. I have it here though. By gathering the shadow material from the Shadowfell, I cast an Illusory Dragon, which is an illusion. You can't interact with it, but it does walk around and breathe a 60-foot cone of energy.
Okay, is it just sitting guarding the front door as you guys are trying to close these heavy ass doors?
I'm thinking, yeah, like blast into the. It'll shoot its blast 76 in its 60-foot cone into the what you call it, wall of black.
Well, that's like 2 miles. That's like 2 miles away from where you're at. But it's a clear shot because you guys are in the. Basically, what was happened is the inside of the mountain was hollowed out, and you guys actually reside in the core of it, and it's basically an over-round valley, kind of like Professor X's thing. trying to remember what it calls. But nonetheless, it's like 2 miles away. You can just kind of see something big is coming this way from what it looks like, but barely.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. That case, I would not cast Illusory Dragon. I thought they were at the gates.
They're getting there. Like they're starting to break out, but it's still so far away to see what exactly is. But it's something large as it's making its way.
So have they gotten through the door yet? I'm confused.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I'm doing a bad job today.
No worries. I just want
Oh,
to
you're
double
good.
clarify.
The front gate is not breached. You guys are trying to close it before you get there, and you're only halfway. And they're already 2 miles out, and they're moving fast.
Oh,
the
so they're
mili-
breaking through
yeah.
like our outside defenses right now.
Yeah, and the military district, which is attached to the Desolate Catacombs, which is like the pathways that lead to my world's Underdark.
Uh-huh.
The military district, which is on the other side of the city from you guys, on the other side of the lava lake, is being overrun right now.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Does
So-
that make sense?
So closing
can't
these
really
doors would
get-
block off everybody outside.
Well, the soldiers that are staying out that are trying to fight and block it, yeah.
Mm.
That's up to what you guys do.
Well, I will then, once the doors are closed, I'm going to be readying a major image and reinforce the door with like a foot of adamantium.
Okay. Once the doors start getting there, right now they're halfway, because the military district has been attacked. There's no one that's closing the gate, so these massive stone doors are trying to be manually pushed right now.
Okay, instead of the wall of fire, then with that clarification, I'm going to cast a different spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Summon Celestial at 8th tier.
Okay. What does it look like exactly?
I'm trying to see what exactly it summons because I think the CR is higher.
Okay. If it's anything that's from Austere era, it's very druidy earth looking.
Oh, so it's not from like the monster manual, it's just a thing. So it's a large celestial spirit. I want to say it looks like a metal golem kind of thing, but celestial.
Since it's a spirit, it's see-through and it's like a green colored. It doesn't have legs, but the top part of it looks like the shape of an iron golem.
Okay. And it's going to help close the door.
Okay, going. The doors are getting closer. They're right now. They're at halfway. And so, Druid, what are you doing?
Just once the doors are closed, I have illusory. What is it?
Well, right now the doors are taking forever to be closed. So.
Oh, I guess I'll help push.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there's not a lot for me to do currently.
You're good. So that's why I was kind of curious of what you think your character should do, if you should head. All right, so no worries. We're gonna go while you guys were pushing with the spirit, and as other soldiers and the paladins are trying to help push these massively stone-heavy doors. Mallory, Eddie, and Nadmoir, your pub, the Jade Glaive, was actually pretty close to the military district. That you're reaching the gates, that are like halfway shut because of the control system was overrun that operates the gates in Runeforge. But it is wild as you hear the sounds of screams and draconic roars and blood and ripping. Are you guys prepared to enter that gate?
I don't know if it's a matter of prepared or not, or if we just need to. Nadmoir's gonna go in. Like, if the city's being overrun, he's not gonna sit around waiting for them to get to his bar.
And I'm also just go in.
Yeah, Eddie will follow.
You guys into the half open gate. It's a big stone slab that goes downwards, so you guys don't have to entirely crouch because you're dwarves. But you remember your owlbear had a crawl. as you're entering, it is an absolute fucking battlefield. There are corpses of dwarves and dragon spawn, but ahead of you guys is just a line of dwarves with shields and dwarves behind them trying to hold them as they're trying to hold this wave of dragon spawns just paneling on top of each other. Now there are there's a street to your left, a street to your right. The main street about 20 feet forward from you is where the line is being held. They have spearmen kind of stabbing in between. And then there is that splits from the main road before the line is a road going northeast and a road going northwest in the military district. Are you guys going to try to go around or reinforce somewhere, or what do you want to do in this situation, seeing what's in front of you?
Wherever it looks like needs more assistance, that's where Nadmoir's going.
It's the line. People are dying, like, in front of you. It's like someone takes someone else's place. As the dragon spawns, or you see their blackish red flames hitting the shields and going off directions. So you rush. You rush to that line. What do you do? Do you get help with pushing or attacking, or what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna say just attacking. I get that they're trying to hold a line, but I don't have a shield, so pushing's not gonna do anything without entering a grapple.
Okay, go ahead and just roll me. What kind of attack are you doing?
Swinging the fuck out of this glaive.
This would be a lot of mob-based fighting, guys, just FYI. So there won't be like a lot of like single versus one kind of thing, just FYI for you.
It's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, basically one of the dwarves lands on all four as you put your foot on his back to basically swing your glaive in front of the shields to get over them. And you rip about 4 to 5 of the dragon spawn as they roar and fall to the ground. It's just a wave, kind of like zombies from World War Z. They're just these brainless, brute, draconic creatures just trying to get through. Mallory, what are you doing as you see Nadmoir jump into the line to start fighting?
I'm gonna stand back a little bit and then start shooting my rune rifle at dragon spawn.
Perfect. I'll just say that your shots are hitting. Just kind of tell me, kind of describe me with how many you kill within. I'll say you have 5 of them you're killing before you have to reload your rune pellets.
I'll say that she ends up killing 5 of them, manages to headshot 1 each and kill them.
Ooh, a straight headshotter. And what's Miss Mallory doing? Or whatever your Albert's name is. Was it Miss Mallory like yours?
It was Miss Mora, I believe.
Miss Mora.
Yeah.
Are you just keeping her there to guard you?
Yes.
Okay.
She'll do what she can to make sure other people also don't get hurt anymore, so she'll just kind of defend.
Eddie, 2 of your friends have jumped into action. The other 2 are dealing with other situations. What is you and your great axe doing?
Well, so Eddie's great axe is still on his back since he's raging and in a bestial form.
Okay.
So he's gonna jump straight into action and start using his claws as weapons.
Okay.
And
so
technically, I don't know how you want to rule this, but like technically, he can attack with his claws 4 times.
I don't even care about that.
Okay.
We're playing a lot of be cool, guys. There's going to be a lot of hacking and slashing. So, Nadmoir, you just see Eddie in his wolf state jump over you and across the line into this pool of dragon spawn. Eddie, kind of describe to me what's it look like when you go in?
Like if you could see, like if you're able to like see Eddie as he leaps into the middle. If you can't because the Dragonborn are taller than what your eye line is, You're essentially going to see just Dragonborn being thrown everywhere as he's ripping and clawing with his claws, or grabbing one and sinking his teeth in, and just trying to rip throats out. He's in there going ape shit.
Or
Do
wolf
you-
shit.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Adam, do you want to stay behind the line and still sweep your glaives to help with the line itself, or what are you doing when you see your friend jump in there?
Nadmoir would be pushing forward the entire time, so he's kind of got a radiant glow sort of going on.
Okay.
And every single time he strikes something, there's a flash of white light, because every strike does additional radiant damage. And then
Okay.
at this point, I think Eddie would be the only one it would apply to, but anybody that's within 10 feet of Nadmoir has it's almost like their senses are elevated, because of the aura of alertness that aura of the Sentinel that Nadmoir kind of gives off.
It will take you time, but I'm guessing you're trying to push to Eddie, right?
I would assume so. I thought I hit the front there first, so unless he jumps really, really fucking far, I would think we're right next to each other.
He jumped pretty far with his. Well, I looked at his strength. He jumped pretty far. The line is taking that aid, which is helping them push a little bit as well, as you're pushing past the shields and you're cutting and slicing, while Mallory is in the far back sniping, and a few close calls were saved by her rune bullets whizzing past you and hitting the ones that are about to hit you. The camera's going to switch back to Bardrin and Drew. The door is about 2/3 closed, but it's already been about 30 minutes. And the creature you see is the Org General himself, the son of Lithahara, Karasoto, and a army of dragon spawn coming towards the front door as you guys are still trying to close it. You can try, but we will breach. Forward! As he aims his massive pulsing lava-shaped hammer as the Dwarven soldiers are getting slaughtered in the tunnel in front of the front gates.
Can I do something?
Go ahead.
So you said it's 2/3 closed?
It's 2/3 right now. It's closed. It's like this large dragon order. He's like 30 feet tall. He could still walk through barely.
Okay. I'm going to undo Summon Celestial to free up concentration, and then I'm gonna walk out just past the gate. How far is he from us now?
He's about, I'd say, 40 feet.
40 feet? I'm going to point my hammer right at him. You shall not pass! As I cast Banishment.
Oh, okay. What's the DC check?
Charisma 25.
He's actually going to use his legendary resistance. Actually, I'll first roll, and then we'll see. Oh, he actually landed on a 25.
Well, goddamn.
As you say that,
And-
his like a portal kind of opens behind him as he starts to feel like himself getting sucked in. His his four back legs stand strong as his front two legs go up, and he slams back down. The portal closes, and he looks at you and goes, "You do not have power over me." And he starts.
As he passes that, can I shoot as a reaction, silvery barbs at him, making him roll again and take the lowest roll?
Sure.
Sweet. Where is that? Silvery barbs. I
He
couldn't
passed.
cast.
Actually,
Okay.
the 25 was better.
Fine.
You go to cast that, and it just didn't make the difference the moment he just landed back. And now he is now flooring it. He is just stepping on soldiers as his army of dragon spawn are trying to make their way. He is coming towards you, and he is coming quick. Barjan, Drew, what is the option? What are the options you're looking at? Do you want to head back towards the church to fortify? Do you want to keep trying to push the door closed? Or what are you doing?
I'm going to retreat to the church to fortify, but I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians on myself.
Okay. What do you say then, Bardrin? Are you leaving these people to keep trying to push, or are you trying to save as many as you can?
Oh,
What are
I'm
you
pulling
doing?
everybody back. Fall back, hold the line at the church. We cannot let him have the relic.
People start screaming from the Trader District and the General Commons District as they're all rushing towards the church. The bridge is just littered with people running. Lithorhara is just laughing. Look at you, ants. Look at you, trying to cling. As you guys hear another tremor shakes the core of this mountain. Drew, do you follow or what are you doing?
I need 10 minutes. Where can I get 10 minutes?
The church?
Inside the temple.
All right. I'm gonna fall back to the temple and
Okay.
start the incantation for what is it? Arcane. Oh, gosh, dang. It's not illusory terrain. I can't remember what the name of the spell is. It casts in a mile radius, and I control the terrain, and it becomes the real terrain.
Illusionary terrain.
That's
And then I love that one. I
Okay.
used that on the group one time, and I made it seem like they were all on top of like Mount Everest.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So that's the one I'm going to be. It takes 10 minutes to cast, so I'm going to start casting it.
Okay. So you go into this church, and it's a massive temple. Like think of like the biggest Mormon temple, but it's more Dwarvish styled. The doors are being shut as well. It's going to take time as you guys are in the middle of the group. Your paladins are trying to keep people from smashing into you, Bardrin and Drew, as you guys are making your way. We're going to kind of turn the camera back to Lithahara as you guys hear another bang. The mountain just shakes. Some buildings are starting to crack and crumble as her arm comes out. The massive claws are bigger than the church itself. Mallory, you would see this. I would say only Bardrin, Drew, and Mallory would see this. Mallory, as you're shooting, you hear the explosion as you look, and you see the claws coming out and the massive arm as it's sweeping down. And from as far as you are, it's actually sweeping above past you. It was about 100 feet away from you, Mallory, and the rest of you guys, as you see this massive claw just come sweeping over the military district. Bardrin and Drew, you see the arm sweep over the military district, and in just a flash of a second, the royal district, where the royal palaces, is just gone.
Well, shit.
Massive.
There goes the king.
The palace, the courtyard, it's all pieced of chunks with the very edge of the military district that branches the bridge to the royal district is where the claws start, and it just carves up the mountain. Screams. You guys actually see people falling in the air, screaming like rain as they're hitting the sides of the temple, landing on the bridge, landing by near you. The lava keeps exploding from bodies and rocks, landing in it. Mallory, when you see this, and you look to your right, and you just see this, you see this massive, the arm is bigger than your guys' temple, which is the second biggest building, just go past you. And you're hearing this, you're seeing people falling and raining, Mallory. What are you thinking in this moment?
Mallory's gonna be very concerned and try to decide if she is gonna try shooting at the arm to prevent any more harm from other dwarves.
That's up to you. Do you shoot at that arm?
Yeah, yes, I will.
Go ahead and make a. You know, it's big enough. I'll allow it, but go ahead and describe to me what the shot looks like.
Oh boy. So she's just gonna aim for the arm and then go from shooting the enemies and then shoot just straight through the arm.
Any spells or any? Are you putting a mark, a hunter's mark on it, or anything like that? What's like? What are you just firing a standard rune shot, a rune rifle?
Just a standard rune rifle.
It hits the arm, and Lithahara's eye looks at you as her arm gets pulled back into the hole, and her head cut. Just the mouth and her eyes come out. Her teeth are as big as a 2-story house. Her black and red scales as black mist is pouring out of her mouth. Her eyes look like it's the core of a sun, kind of like Sauron, basically, as she looks to you. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving check, Mallory.
Uh, 16.
The her left eye just looks at you. And everyone hears is, insect. You insect, how dare you? You love being with the stone. Now become it. Mallory, you feel something's off for a second. You can't feel your feet or your toes. Do you look down?
I would look down.
You're currently in the stage 1 of turning to stone process.
Oh.
You're stuck in your kneeling position like most riflemen stand as it's slowly going up. We're now going to get to... Before that, Mallory, what are you telling your owlbear to do as you're in this situation? Just to stay with you and protect you?
Yeah. I'll just have her stay and protect.
It looks worried, but it's puffed the fuck up. And its claws are... As a few dragon spawns start breaking through, it just starts cut a few of them up. Some houses were getting broken into in the military district. They have their own housing for the military and their families. As the families are trying to get boarded up, Eddie and Nadmoir. Eddie, as you're carting them up, and they're just coming, you're even getting caught up at a few times, but these are dragon spawn. They are terrifying for normal people, but you guys are far from that. You actually hear and smell your friend, Nadmoir, break into the circle with you, going back to back. It's just you guys versus the sea that's expanding. The line. Nadmoir, when you turn to take turn around to take Eddie's back, the line of dwarves are getting pushed back. And then you see it. Dwarves are falling from the sky, landing on Dargenspawn near you. Screams. What is your thought process right now? What are you focusing on? Are you not worried about that? Are you fighting, or what is happening in your mind?
I mean, just doing what he can here. Like there's not much he can do up above. Obviously, he's concerned, but that's out of his realm of power.
Smart. Eddie, I'm probably guessing you're too busy with the bloodshed to even notice, right?
I would say that he would notice Nadmoir getting to his back, and at that point is when Eddie would reach behind his back and pull out his +3 battle axe.
Right as you do that, you guys are surrounded, and the waves are just getting like you guys actually look. You can look, Eddie, and you see the remains of the gates that held the catacombs closed. And there's just so many of them coming out. You are in a black and red sea. Eddie and Nadmoir, I want you guys to describe me your back-to-back brother with brother against the world kind of moment right now. What's this look like cinematically?
It's like before they would start attacking, Eddie would like reach underneath the front side of his shirt and pull out a necklace that has a bunch of red beads on it, And Nadmoir, if we've where we've traveled together and battled together, you would recognize this as the necklace of fireballs. And he just tells you, "Let's give him one hell of a show."
Aye, laddie. I'm kind of envisioning like that scene with Winter Soldier and Rocket where they kind of like are just fucking spinning together.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, and there's points where it's like we utilize each other, like spinning over each other or using each other to like grab one another and throw us around at the enemies.
I'm 100% fine with that. As you guys are fighting, Eddie, you do see a dragonborn of Lithahara, a champion of Lithahara. These are also known facts that dragons have them. This is a Lithahara's dragonborn champion. What is coming towards you, and it's looking just at you as it's walking. It's about 7 feet tall. It is downed, and it almost looks like metal made from lava, as it also has its own battle axe, and it's coming straight for. It actually has a halberd. It's coming straight towards you, step by step, making it past the waves of the dragon spawn. Prepare yourself. The camera goes back to Bardrin and Drew. And that, at this moment, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break for us to go to the bathroom, get drinks, or take a hit. Perfect. Now, before I start, Bardrin and Drew, you guys are in the temple. You're going to barricade the doors, right?
Nope.
Okay. How are you what's your fortification process? Are you making a line on the bridge, or?
We're gonna, I'm gonna be right inside the front doors, since it's the temple of my god, it's already fortified.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, are you going and, like, locking the doors and stuff?
Just going inside. I mean, we can close the door, but we don't necessarily have to.
Why?
Because he has to force his way in. If I don't allow him to enter, so he can't.
So they have to. What ability is that?
Temple of the Gods.
Okay, so they have to basically do a DC check to get in, right?
And if they fail, they can't do it again for an entire day.
Okay. All right, I have something for that, and that's fine. As you guys close the door, and everyone's just getting ready to, they think they're sick. Where are you putting the refugees?
Just in the back, like if there's a basement, just somewhere.
There is.
I don't
There's
Down
like
there where you belong.
we're very stupid. He's stupid.
Yeah, they're the wall.
Okay. As you guys close the door, while your fellowship on the other side in the military district is fighting for their lives, Lithahara speaks. Lords and ladies of Runeforge, heed my words, for they shall be the last you hear before your mighty city succumbs to the unrelenting might of Lithahara's wrath. I have soared the darkened skies, and now I cast my shadow upon your once proud halls. Your fortress, a testament to the Dwarven resilience and craftsmanship, now stands as nothing more but a quaint monument to a bygone era. Your feeble attempts to barricade yourself within these stone walls have only prolonged the inevitable. The time of reckoning is upon you. Look upon me, Runeforge, for I am the embodiment of fear and the harbinger of destruction. My scales obsidian black, and are forged in the depths of the abyss, and my breath a searing torrent of hellfire shall cleanse your cities of all that is sacred. Your goddess Osiriana cower, your ancestors weep, and your bravest warriors tremble before my might. Consider this a cruel mercy, and revel now in the final moments of your pitiful existence. Witness the eclipse of your glory, for Runeforge is no more. And the shadow of Lithahara now stretches across this mountain that once was your home. And another boom, as her right claw, not her, their right claw slams into the Commons district where the Jaded Glaive was at. And the left hand slams into the runes of the Royal District. Tides are coming. The forces are getting weaker, guys. You're fighting for your home, for your people, not just for your lives, but everyone's lives. The future, the past of Thuldor is in its moments. Right now, this is the moment that will change history for good. And will set the world on one path or another. It is time for your guys' fellowship, the Forge-bound Fellowship, to make the stand here, to do everything they can to hold them back. Hopefully, Silvershore Bay is seeing this and sending reinforcements, if they even know. Bardrin, Drew, your spell has finished.
Oh,
What does it look like?
Oh, lovely. So, Mirage Arcanum. A mile of the city going out, rippling out from the temple. The ground, except for where I beam, turns into lava.
Which ground?
The ground. All of it.
Except
whole
for what
city.
he deems, yeah.
Yeah, except for what I deem. I'm adding pathways to allow a pathway out to the rest of my party over near the where is it, the armory.
This
And-
whole thing takes up a whole city.
It's 1 mile.
Oh God! So, okay, that will. The lake is huge. I mean,
Well, from
Are
the
you-
temple.
Okay,
Maybe I don't know.
You're turning the bridge into lava.
Out from the temple, I'm
Is a bridge.
turning the ground into lava. Yeah.
Okay, so the temple sits in the middle of the lava, the lake of lava. It sits in the middle with a bridge that goes all the way to the front gate. So, and that is actually a mile long. Are you
Oh.
turning that? And is it becoming actual lava, or is it just
Yeah.
illusionary?
It's real lava, actual lava.
Okay, but remember, it can't hurt anybody.
No, it can. This is
What-
a different spell. This is Mirage Arcane.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, the bridge is filled with lava. It is now. Wait, are you turning the whole bridge into lava so it just collapses, or are you putting lava on the floor of the bridge? I don't care either way.
Yeah, I'd go the whole bridge meta-wise,
the whole
but
thing,
I ain't
just
trying
like-
to sway you.
Everything. So, everything is lava. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. The air is lava. That
Bardrin,
would be so disgusting.
you see Drew perform this spell as you close the door, and the bridge completely just turns into lava and increases the volume of the lake. There is no way out besides that secret tunnel that leads to the Royal District,
Secret tunnel.
where Lethahara's left foot is resting. What are you doing as the leader of this temple? What are you doing?
Does the temple lead to the rod or the royal district?
Both.
Oh, both.
Both.
But is the temple closer? Like, Like, does the royal district head towards the temple, then the temple to the rod, or is it?
So no, it's a mile. It's like 2 mile long tunnel to the royal district, but the rod is underneath you. It's underneath the temple.
Oh,
It's-
so the temple sits on the rod then.
Yeah, remember earlier. Sorry, you probably don't remember this from the first game, and that's okay. I apologize.
No
The
worries.
rod is in the center of the lava lake. You
Oh,
go. Your
and
tunnel
that's where
goes,
we are.
and your tunnel goes under it. But
Okay, so
yeah.
I have a more direct access than the royal district.
Basically, the temple is built on top of the rod.
Okay, Bardrin turns to Droot. That was a great job. Hopefully that holds them, but I doubt it. We need to make our way down to the relic. I don't know if the other path has been compromised, but we must hold them off. I don't know what they mean to do with it, but it would alter the course of this world.
Right, so.
And he'll pull
head
like
on
all the
down.
paladins and clerics with him to have as much reinforcements.
Okay, what about the citizens? Are you keeping them in the basement, or are you telling them to go
He
to the
will
royal
keep
district?
them in the basement,
Okay.
and like lock the door, but he's pulling all the guards. Like he's not protecting them outside of keeping them hidden and keeping them quiet.
Okay.
Because I mean, in Bardrin's mind, at the end of the day, it's either a couple civilians die or the entire world will be at ruin.
Yeah, there's about 5,000 with you right now.
5,000 is nothing compared to the
And
world.
I agree. I completely agree.
He's gonna make a hard decision as a leader, and that's the decision he makes.
Drew, you see all of the paladins, all of the clerics, and the stationary fighters, the guardsmen of this palace, rushing with Bargin, and they're grabbing you too. They take you to a hidden wall that's actually an illusion. You have to have it's basically the wall turns from real to not real as they pull you through it, and you go down this spiral staircase. Well, not spiral. It's a tunnel built into the ground. This seems like you guys have been walking for fucking ever, and it's wide. Like the way the stairs turn, because the thing is the temple is built on this rod. This stair is going around the rod and going outwards. As you guys are making your way down there to the sacred chamber, Nadmoir, Droop, and Mallory. Mallory, go ahead and roll me another Constitution saving throw, please.
Uh, 21.
21. You enter the second stage as the stone goes up to your breasts and your lower back. You're becoming one with the stone. What are you doing, Mallory? What's your reaction? You can still move your arms and turn your head and talk, and you can breathe. But what's going through your mind right now?
She's gonna start panicking a little bit because, you know, most of her is now stone. I'm gonna go ahead and towards the other two and try to get their attention, so that way they're aware of her turning into stone.
You can't see them, and you can see that the line that was holding back that wave is getting closer, but your owlbear jumps up and is hooting and waving its paws. Eddie and Nadmoir, go ahead and roll me a perception check with Eddie being at disadvantage.
It's at 12.
That'd be 6.
You guys are too busy. You guys are surrounded, and a champion is making its way towards you. But luck would have it, 3 guardsmen and a sword swinger. What's the spell sword? What's it called again?
Sword singing.
Sword singing?
Yeah, it's the subclass.
Yeah. Teleport next to you guys, pushing and actually killing About 40 dragons spawn.
Nice.
Heroes, we are here with you as they start fighting. What do you two do?
Back to back, they faced each other.
I was gonna say, without any other indication, there wouldn't be a reason to stop fighting.
That's fine.
Yeah, Eddie's gonna keep swinging, and as he's swinging his axe around, you can hear him just like muttering one of his tunes, and every now and then between swings he just kind of like grabs his axe and air guitars on it a little bit.
Tell me, how are you feeling right now, though? Besides using your experience on the battlefield to focus your mind, what is the inner you feeling right now? Are you tired, probably? Are you getting tired?
I wouldn't say tired, but he's definitely feeling the wear of how much effort he's putting in, how much strength and energy that he's putting in. But he's in a state right now where stopping isn't an option. If we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down swinging to the last second.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving check, please.
God damn it, Eddie. 13.
Your foot, as you move forward, as you slice, and you go for an attack, your foot hits a skull as you step forward, the head of a Dwarven child, as it just pops and breaks and makes you slip forward as your attack misses, and you feel a claw, a sword, a bite hit your body going into you, but only for a second as you cut them off. Nadmoir, how tired are you? What is the thought that you're trying to keep from bubbling up?
As far as I'm aware, Nadmoir, this is his duty. So like,
This is your
fatigue.
sole focus. But fatigue is it starting to catch in a little bit, or are you still going strong?
I would assume still going strong. There's nothing to indicate anything different.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and do me a dexterity saving check too, please.
It's 20.
You are still on your game. You're keeping you're keeping the sense of your feet from stepping on bodies, but you're also keeping an eye on all the attacks coming your way. But you did see Eddie get hit by a few times as he slipped, but you couldn't do anything about it as you're still being pressed on by just the dragon spawn swarming you. Mallory, your owlbear is signaling, but nothing's happening. And then you hear kind of like a scream and a crash to the building on the left side of you. And you look, but roll me a perception check.
A 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
You're too panicky as you're just looking at this house. You heard some screams and you heard something crash, but you're not really seeing anything moving. So maybe it was just someone freaking out. You don't know. Right now, you're more worried about what's happening to you. What are you doing? Are you going to still try to take some shots, or are you trying to chip at are you trying to stop the stone from continuing?
She's still gonna keep taking shots at this point.
And you guys hear it. You guys do see a few get hit around you. You guys have noticed the presence of Mallory taking out as many as she can. But you are running low on ammunition, Mallory. Because your bag is now stone, and you only have 7 shots left in that gun. The camera is going to pan to Baudrin and Drew. Drew, what's your thoughts right now as you guys have been briskly jogging for about 7 minutes?
Oh, I'm not built for this. Probably panting horribly.
But what about?
Only up the beard.
But how's your heart feeling? You're not out there in the battlefield. Your
No, I'm
teammates
running.
are fighting. Your people are dying, and you're not in the battlefield. You're actually kind of safe right now. How are you feeling?
The schism portion of my brain is probably thinking, I'll just make an illusion of each one of them. Everything will be fine. But there's definitely a sliver in there just filled with fear.
Okay,
They'll be fine.
they'll be fine. Well, you do reach the door, though. You see Barjan perform a small blessing and ritual that you've never seen him do before. Can you kind of tell me what this kind of looks like to open the door, Barjan? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, Bardrin sets his hammer down, putting his both his hands like on the handle, on his knee, like taking one knee as he begins a prayer, hood kind of covering his head, mainly to Astera Era. But during this moment, he does think about his comrades that he has had to leave behind.
Okay, I was just about to ask you after this.
He has to stop for a moment before like doing the unlocking prayer, to think he kind of just left his kingdom to ruin, but knowing the shape he saw it in and knowing the duty entrusted to him by not only the king but really his god in the world, he does not want to fail in that charge, and his friends must respect that decision, because when time comes, the world will continue to move on, and the mortals will still be alive. Like, mortal men will still reign.
Okay.
As he begins to pray, and he does this out loud, he just calls upon Astera Era for not only her guidance, but also her wisdom as he unlocks the door.
What's this relic we're looking for?
You'll see it. It's a very large pillar. Nobody could move it except, well, maybe that dragon.
That's unfortunate. I thought it would be like an amulet.
I would like to make a speech as Barjan to all of his men whenever that time comes, if this is not the time yet.
Absolutely. And what happens is, I sent you a message, Elder.
Okay.
You see the door open, and the thing is, Drew, when you look at this door, the styling on the door are pictures, and it actually shows a god of shadows. It almost looks like an elf, but the whole body is just black with red eyes. And you see it sitting there with several rods going through its body. And the rod going from its back up shows the temple that you guys entered. As the door opens, there is a massive oval room that is covered in Dwarven runes, or just the rune magic that you have never seen before, not in any book, not in any smith or rune maker. And then there is this massive, it is about as big as the dragon's arm, rod that's going through the ceiling and going through the floor in front of you. And the whole room has a very light greenish blue glow from the runes in there.
Did you say arm?
It's
Like
the rod
body part?
Yeah, like that big ass arm that just, like, the dragon is huge, guys. It is almost as big as the mountain, right? Almost. Like, it can fit inside this place if it wanted to, but nothing else could. That's how big. Like, your whole city could be its bed. The rod itself is about as big as what its forearm would be. From just what you're looking at, this room is a massive room with a massive black rod. And this is like no light escapes this rod. It is ridiculous.
Covered in runes, yeah.
Yeah, it's the floor. The floor has massive runes. The walls, the ceiling, all of it is covered in runes that you've never seen in any Astera Era religious book or any Arcanium book or anything that you're aware of. You didn't even know that this existed, and Bardrin's been the Pope for 3 fucking. You've hung out with Bardrin from time to time.
Well, it's quite the secret.
Well, when it has life, when it can change the world of mortal men, it has to be.
Guys.
All right. There's nothing I can do about this. Wait.
Well, there's
Lock
nothing
the
I
door
can
again.
either. What did you say?
Lock the door again.
Yeah, he's gonna close the door behind them, praying to like lock it in place.
And it locks while the rest of the paladins and clerics are all getting in their positions of praying as they're praying to the rod. And you see the runes start to kind of glow. We're now going to turn back to Droot, Mallory, and Nadmoir. Mallory, you have witnessed horrors that you've never seen before. You are witnessing an ancient dragon, which is as rare as gods, made from gods. The city that you fell in love with, that saved you, that made you have a home again, is just being torn apart. All at the same time, you are turning to stone. Please roll your Constitution saving throw, please.
Feels like Clarissa's Dragonborn character all over again.
That's a 6.
Oh,
Mal.
poor Lotus.
You feel it. It's time. You have one moment. One moment to say something or to think something, and one moment to figure out how you're going to look, because when anyone ever sees you again, it will be where you are now. Do you say something, or what do you say in your mind? Your owlbear is looking at you with eyes wide as it looks horrified.
I'm gonna look at my owlbear and just reassure it'll be okay. And then I will just look very peaceful and not like panicking or anything, as I have accepted my fate.
What are you doing with your arms and your gun? Are you just holding it to your chest, on your shoulder, still aiming it?
We will
What-
still be aiming it.
You
Try to
aim
get
your
more mouth shot.
You aim your gun as your arms stiffen and set in place. You take a deep breath and you let it out as you feel your chest turn to stone along with your lungs. And you fire, and right as your finger pulls the trigger, it turns to stone. Your bullet flies out of the barrel as the gun turns to stone, and you have the most peaceful smile on your face with one eye closed while looking down your scope. The bullet ricochets, goes through a darkspawn's head, and barely misses your cheek. Nadmoir, can you please roll me a perception check?
It's a nat 20.
You feel a little cut on your cheek as your head turns and you look, and you see it about 30 feet away from you between the shields. Mallory is stone, aiming her gun till the last second. The owlbear just screams as it just charges into a random direction, either into enemy or trying to escape, who knows. What do you do in this moment? What do you say? Or do you find your resolve or take out your rage?
Nadmoir is going to work his way back to her to cast Remove Curse.
Damn, that's a good trick though.
Yeah, that could work if you can get there. Roll me. She's about how fast can you move?
25 feet.
Do you have any like teleportation spells?
No.
Okay. Roll me. Are you gonna try to rush through or fight your way through?
I thought we were the front of the line, so there shouldn't be anybody behind us.
Okay, so earlier, about 2 rounds ago, I said that the line has gotten further pushed back from you guys, as you guys are back to back swarmed.
Maybe I just don't have a good mental image of where we're at.
Sorry, okay, so
I
let me
thought we
help.
were in like a column sort of thing, so no one should be getting past us. Is kind of the image I got because we were in the front.
So maybe I'm confused. So there was the line that was holding. Eddie jumped over, and you said that you started pushing your way through to get over to Eddie.
Yeah.
And then so you whipped past the line and fought your way towards Eddie, while the other line was still trying to hold the massive wave back that you were fighting through until you made it to Eddie. And then about 2 rounds ago, I mentioned how you noticed that the line is getting further away from you guys. So that's what I thought you were doing. I thought you were fighting your way over to Eddie, who jumped.
Yeah, I would
straight
be
into-
clearing out as I was working to Eddie, but I think we're past that point, so it's whatever you've established.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, it makes sense in my mind. Y'all are just getting swarmed by like thousands of fucking gremlins.
Yeah, at this point, it kind of makes sense to be that we would be surrounded. I mean, Eddie would always be.
I mean,
surrounded.
Eddie
It's under
did
the
what I
middle.
did the last time we did this. Motherfuckers in the paint. Like,
So I'll give you a minute to kind of think, and I'll even.
I would be trying to work back. You decide how that
Okay.
looks, or what I need to do to make that happen, or not make that happen. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, roll me 4 dexterity saving throws. You need to pass 4 of them to make it to the line.
It's a 12.
You're trying to push, you're trying to cut, but they're just getting replaced. Roll again.
It's an 8.
Damn. Try again. Every time there are 4 checks you have to pass, and I'll let you have 4 times each to each round to make that to try to at least get through 1 check.
That's 14.
It's just thick. You're just cutting and cutting and cutting. Do you mention this to Eddie, or are you just so focused on trying to get to Mallory?
I mean, he would call it out, but I would assume with if what we've established that Eddie's kind of in his rage.
Okay.
So whether or not he would be picking up, I don't know.
Eddie.
Well, even if I do pick up on this, where I'm bulky and raging, can I throw him?
How heavy are you?
Huh?
Can you? I can't hear the music, Elder. How heavy are you? Nadmoir?
185.
And how strong are you, Eddie?
I have a 25 in strength.
25. Okay, so.
I said toast
how
me.
about now?
Don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf.
What path are you?
He's a Mountain Dwarf Barbarian. Oh, path. Shit. I just looked at that too. Goddamn.
Oh,
where
that's
the hell am I at?
the wild one or whatever.
Guardian.
Man, don't sleep on Giant now. Giant.
Oh, Giant's
primo.
filthy.
It's so broken. Honestly, I can't believe they let that be a thing.
25 strength with 180.
So 20 strength, you can lift 300 pounds, but that's not throwing 300 pounds.
Looks like you can push, drag, and lift 750 pound on your character sheet here.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a strength throw, and we'll kind of have to figure out how far you could throw a 180 foot person.
Nat
yeah,
fucking
but-
20.
Holy shit! Okay, yeah.
27, damn.
You just feel yourself get picked up, Nadmoir, as Eddie just spins.
Yeah, he like shot puts you.
I'm gonna send you a quick message real quick, Clarissa.
Literally.
1 second. Quick question, I sent you a quick message.
Yep, we throw Nadmoir.
Okay.
He lifts him up on his shoulders, and
Wait,
just
wait. Before you do that, wait. You see the situation you're in. You're getting tired. You like as you breathe, you just feel how heavy it is, even though you're just still ready to tear things up. And he tells you what happened to Mallory, that he could save Mallory. But you'd have to but you see how swarmed you are, and you'd have to throw Nadmoir to have him be able to help her. What do you say in your head before you make your act? And I'll let you have the stage.
the only thing that goes through Eddie's head is heavy iron.
And what do you say to Nadmoir as you pick him up?
As he lifts you up in both hands like this, and tells you, I guess it's time for the encore. As he just spins around in circles and just straight shot puts you.
Epic.
Nadmoir, you go like Wolverine when Colosso does the special. You just go flying and you roll over the line that is getting pushed back. As you're flying, you see how far it actually has gotten pushed back. Good 30 feet from where it was before. You're about 20 feet away from Nadmoir. From Mallory. Eddie. Have the stage. You let your guard down. Yourself vulnerable and exposed as you throw Nadmoir with all of the might you have left in your body.
After he throws Nadmoir and watches to make sure that he lands, he kind of smiles as he grips onto his great axe and turns and he starts swinging and just not letting up at all, but he's getting slower and slower as he starts to get just swarmed, and all of these creatures start dogpiling on top of him. He breaks off the necklace from around his neck and just slams it onto the ground, igniting all 6 charges.
And as you do that, you look up and you see the champion whose hand is coming towards you. And in an instant, it is 6 compressed fireballs going off at once. Everything within 20 feet is incinerated. Armor melted. As the other 20 feet is blown back and burned by fire. And the people from 40 feet to 60 feet are just hit with a shockwave. The line actually is able to push forward a little bit from the shockwave. Eddie, were you wearing armor, or what were you wearing?
Yeah, so his vest that he's wearing is made out of black dragon mail.
Okay. What kind of okay. And in the center of it, in the center of the shockwave and the explosions that go out, there's a melted axe that is being held by a charred, almost like skeleton. You guys know, like when something gets like fried and it's like almost a skeleton, but it's charred.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie's charred body just sitting there, kneeling with one hand on the ground and one head looking up, holding his axe. And it wasn't long before that whole area was swarmed again, as the line starts pushing back. Nadmoir.
While he's gripping onto the axe, you can see he's like making the devil horns with it.
Yeah, I'll say with your second hand that you did the spell, you left it up and did that sign. How's that work?
Yeah.
Nadmoir, you see the explosion. You fear the worst. What do you do?
What he was sent to do. He's going to go over to keep making his way to Mallory so that he can revive her, at which point he would call for the retreat.
The
line is broken.
The line. Before you do that, when you cast a spell, what does it look like?
Basically, it's like his hand will glow white, and as he touches her shoulder, you see from his hand kind of like cracks start to form around the fingertips of his hand as it kind of like just sheds the rock.
Mallory, you're unfrozen. You're alive.
I think the first thing Mallory's gonna do is look around to see where her owlbear is.
You're able to dive down to the street on the right. It went after the first dragon spawn it's seen, and it killed about 20 of them that were coming around the side flanking, but died to its wounds. It stopped the line from being flanked.
Mallory, we don't have time.
Mallory looks sad first, and looks at you, and is like, "All right."
The line is broken. We need to retreat. And I fear the worst for Eddie.
The men start running back towards you guys. Are you guys gonna try and close the gate to the military district, or just start running?
It sounds like we're overrun, so I don't think there's any point in doing anything with the gate at this point. Just trying to work back to wherever the most defensible position is, assuming there's still a route to the temple. I'd assume that's where we're going.
Oh no.
Eddie! I said the door. Oh no! That's fine. Nadmoir and Mallory, you guys run with about 20 other dwarves who are running into the district. When you run through that gate, you didn't realize at first, but as you start running, you just see Lithahar's foot is taking up most of the common district. Most of the buildings are just underneath it. The foot is massive. It is like being next to almost a miniature mountain. You guys start running around, heading and trying to head to the front gate. And as you get to the front gate, it hasn't been surprisingly breached yet. But when you look ahead of the front gate to where the temple is, there is no more bridge. And in that moment, you hear the doors open and a deep laugh, Nadmoir and Mallory, as you guys stand below the eyes of the Org General, Cassidy.
Can I do something in this moment?
I was going to say, just for context too, I know we made the bridge lava, but is it still like a walkable thing? Just
no,
it covered in lava?
Drew turned the whole thing he turned the whole thing into lava, so it just fell apart and joined the lava lake.
Flushed into the lake.
I'd like to cast Divine Intervention.
Oh shit! Okay,
I'm
hold
going
up.
to beseech.
Hold up.
Oh, no worries.
Before we even be right back, guys. I gotta.
Oh no. Divine intervention killed our DM.
Well, I think we're all supposed to die, so the fact that we're actually trying to do things to prevent that from happening. Because I was going to say, if it hadn't gone away, I literally could walk on lava with the chainmail I have.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, I could have crossed it if it still was standing,
If
just
it was
covered
like-
in
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably swim through lava then, right?
The way it's worded is I can stand and walk across molten rock as if it were solid ground.
Right,
I don't
so
think
then the
swim
lake
works.
being lava, you
I
can
can
still
cross
run
the
across
lake.
that lava then, right?
Yeah, but it depends on how because I'm trying to get the mental image of how she's set this up. But if it's 200 feet above the lake, that doesn't do me any good because I'm just standing below this island on the far side, and then I'd probably die from the fall damage to get down to the lava.
Right. So it's like it would have been beneficial if like the bridge just turned to like Minecraft lava bricks.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's one of those. It's kind of just how do we die, not win.
Interesting.
Okay.
Kind of thought you all crashed simultaneously.
No, we went
No, no,
to DM's office.
Put the music back on, and then Bardrin,
Oh,
go ahead
yeah.
and do what you're gonna do.
Can I do my speech at this moment?
Yes.
Okay. Bargin's gonna do his speech, and hopefully this. Actually, no. I'm gonna save the speech for if the thing happens. So Bargin's gonna get down like he did before to unlock the door, but this one is much more sincere. He actually lays down on all fours, kind of like a prone position in anime, like when they're really
Yeah,
apologetic.
you're bowing all the way down.
Yeah, all the way down, like head to the ground. And he's going to beseech Astera Era and just ask for her favor to not to save whoever is remaining of her party to be teleported to his location where they will be sealed in slumber until a worthy group of champions come to save them.
Drew, have you ever been I know you're a dwarf, and pretty much all dwarves believe in Astera Era, but are you a believer in the gods, or do you think it's all about hogwash magic?
Oh, I actually have a note on my character. I believe in whichever god is helping me the most at the moment.
Fair enough. The room glows bright as Astera Era forms in front of you guys.
Praise be.
And she looks exactly like where
I was in general chat.
yeah, am I just like super fucking I'm like really okay, I was so confused. She looks like the most recent picture that actually it's gonna be the one above that with like the planets kind of going around it.
I'll post it in the chat here
Yeah.
so everybody has a recent
I'll have
context.
to yeah, that'd be great. She forms out of nothingness is a blind light, and she's there as she gently places her hand, as she kneels and puts her hand on your shoulders, Bardrin. My dear Earth Warden, I did not want this. I, the Warden, to him, has drained my strength, and his child, Lithahara, has found the time to attack. The rods they cannot be pulled, my child, no matter what. There are 6 rods, and Lithahara is on a campaign of freeing him. She gently picks up your head. Drew, you're witnessing a god for the first time in front of you. What's kind of your reactions as she's speaking to Bardrin? Very sincerely, too.
My reaction. Trying to figure out how close the image I previously cast actually was.
Yeah.
Comparing his artwork.
Not bad, but I didn't get the luminance right.
She looks at you and just kind of smiles for a second, seeing some type of hope in a hopeless situation. Bardrin, I could save them, but not everything is without a cost. If I do this, you will take their place.
That is fine with me, because at the end of the day, I will walk by your side.
And I will aid you in the battle to come. Say your goodbyes. As she disappears, all time and space is kind of stopped for a second. But not Lithahara's eye. Her eye is still moving and looking. Bardrin, say your speech.
Is like everybody here now?
Oh, yeah. Mallory and Nadmoir. The moment you both blinked, you're now in this room with the rod next to Bardrin and them. What is your reaction to this?
Well, Lassie, we got where we wanted to go. Not quite sure. I assume this was you, Bardrin.
Yes, but I am afraid, and I assume the worst. Eddie did not make it.
You do not see Eddie.
That is unfortunate. But I have little time to explain. This is the artifact we were protecting, this rod. You are all going to be placed in a deep slumber soon, so find a comfortable position. But first, I have to say my farewells. Hearken unto me, all that can hear in this room. Do not despair. This misery that is upon us now is but a passing as a thought of greed, or as the bitterness of mortals. This is but the way of progress and fate, and we are all to play our parts in it. Hate will come and go, and emperors will come and die. We make our last stand here, in long waiting for champions to arrive and save us of this terrible fate, to hopefully one day save the mortal realm of this abominable dragon. Don't give yourselves to these brutes. Do not despise those who enslave you, but pity them. I must go. Do not have remorse, and do not have fear in your heart. We will triumph, for the day of mortal men is not at hand, and I will be with the Earth Mother as you all will be in the end. Goodbye, friends.
Be
Mallory.
well, Bardrin.
That was a good speech. Mallory, Drew, anything to say?
Farewell, old friend. Thank you for trying to keep me from the brink. But alas, I doubt it will last.
Well, we will meet again.
Mallory really doesn't have anything to say just because she's still trying to process everything that has happened.
Always the strong, silent type you were. We will meet again, too.
And
I
as
will
he
keep your owlbear company.
and as he says that, you guys kind of see him just fade, like he was never there. And all of you guys, all the clerics, all the paladins, Nadmoir, Mallory, Drew, you feel yourselves moving on your own as you all kneel in almost a praying position. As your heads go to your hands, as you hold them in a prayer state. Nadmoir, Drew, and Mallory in that order. What is your last thought before you go into slumber?
If you're okay with it, Nadmoor would actually stand to be in a guard position, if possible, in the room. Basically, he's thinking it's his duty to protect what's left, based off of Bardrin's sacrifice.
With your sheer will and your belief of what represents you, I'll allow it. Any last thought in your mind, or do you just peacefully go to your consciousness just peacefully goes to sleep?
It would just be the that he needs to protect what remains of Runeforge.
You stand there and you look at the door, ready for anything that's about to come through. As the last thing you see is that door, and then it's nothing. As your body stands there, motionless, perfectly frozen. Drew, do you attempt to fight the pose that your body's being forced into, and or what is your last thought?
I don't. However, if I'm going to go to sleep, I want it to be of something I enjoy. As I don't have control over my body, I'm going to subtle cast Major Image and upcast it so that it's permanent and have an image of our entire party, how we were sitting around a campfire late one night on our adventure, chatting.
Aw.
And it's frozen in time. Everything in here is becoming frozen in time.
Just chatting on on a loop with each other. And I'll let myself just drift into that state of unconsciousness.
Mallory, do you fight the pose, accept the pose, and what's your last thought?
Mallory's gonna accept the pose, and her last thought is just gonna be just remembering the good times that she had with the party, and especially her owlbear now that it's gone. Just remembering the good times.
And as you remember those good times, all three of you hear it. The laughter, some of the conversations you remember as the fade is slow. Thanks to Droot's illusion, you all got to witness some conversations you had in the past, or at least heard them,
Including the owlbear.
including the owlbear. Bardrin, as you teleport to the front gate, something's different. You're young again. Your armor,
Oh, my back, it's fixed.
your armor is made of stone and roots, but it's like it's part of you, like a symbiote. As you wield two weapons of Asariara, two hammers, as green energy wings spread from your back, and a green halo with spores floating around your head forms as you look up to the org general. Ah, she sends one of her own.
Being younger, his voice will kind of change. I can go a few rounds. Can you?
I'll eat you and shit you out. Just like your goddess deserves to see. And he'll swing first. We're actually going to roll initiative, though.
Sure. That's a 1.
Oh, my God. Well, ain't that a bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
He picks up his two-headed hammer. It's... Well, let me actually kind of describe to you guys. As you look upon the general org, amidst the acidic aroma of sulfur and pumice, the general Cressida emerges as a colossal draconic force, a true child of Lithahara. His immense, thick frame moves on the battlefield at a towering 30 feet, an embodiment of power and infernal heritage. Cassador's draconic features are unmistakable. A flat-top head adorned with 4 piercing eyes, each gleaming with an otherworldly intelligence. Massive, black sweeping horns jut from the skull, giving an even more formidable aspect to his fearsome countenance. His scales, jet black and fiery red, weave together to create a living tapestry that mirrors the very essence of Lithahara's realm. Lithahara's influence is further manifested in the wicked design hammer that Caritas wields. The infamous Lithahara's wrath, forged from the minerals deep within the desolate catacombs. This monstrous weapon channels the demonic flames of Lithahara. The hammer's metal melted within Lithahara's fiery embrace is a blend of black alloys with radiant red core that pulsates with intense heat. With 2 sides crafted as if born from the heart of a volcano, Lithahara's wrath is a testament to both craftsmanship and infernal magic. Cassador's, Karis, I have a hard time saying his fucking name. Karzadu's armor, mirroring the aesthetics of his fearsome hammer, clads his colossal torso, arms, and legs and tail. The enchanted armor melds seamlessly with his draconic scales, creating an imposing silhouette that strikes dread into the hearts of those who stand against him. Weighing over 10 tons, the general moves with a deliberate earthquaking presence. His every step of his 6 legs resonate with the infernal power that courses through him. On the battlefield, he stands as a living avatar of Lithahara, wielding both his demonic heritage and his fearsome wrath to devastating effects. He swings the hammer down at you with both hands. Does a 26 hit. And also, by the way, I'm going to give you a +5 to hit, a +10 for damage, and a +6 to AC. Does a 26 hit you?
With a +6, no.
What are you at 6? With +6?
With 6 on top of that, 32.
32k. As the hammer barely misses, it slams into the ground as he uses a legendary action. As he hits the ground, you see the ground under you and around you start to crack. You actually start to kind of shift and move as lava begins to explode into a 5-foot radius geysher. Can you please make me a DC dexterity saving throw?
Sure can. 19. Did you say I get any bonuses to that?
You get a plus, I'd say 2 to all your bonuses.
21.
Okay. You take half of 28 damage as lava just explodes and rains upon you as you dash back and forth to dodge it.
Okay.
He's then going to use his second action to
I
swing
haven't
again.
been this limber in years. Holy hell.
And this time he's going for a multi-attack.
Sure. If only my party was to witness, they'd be surprised I can move.
Does a 34 hit you?
34? Yes.
As you're dodging and saying all of that, out of
Right in the middle of
nowhere.
a...
Right, you say, "Huh." This hammer, just the head of it, the part that hits you, it's bigger than you. It is bigger than you by about 3 times in every direction.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just slams into you, lifting you off the ground and sending you flying into the air. You take 24 damage plus 7 damage of fire. And as you're spinning in the air,
Real quick, what is it? First damage and then second?
it is. Let me see if it shows me in the logs.
It was like
One second.
20-something.
Yeah, let me see. It was 24 damage and then 7 damage.
Okay. He's chunking.
And as you go flying in the air, with his battlefield experience, he swings the hammer and switches hands to use the momentum to hit you again. And this one was a nat 20.
Tell you.
So that is going to be, bear with me, child.
Who you calling a child? Come here, you young whippersnapper.
Beat the wall. Beat the wall. It's a home run, right?
Yep. Let me see here. As this hit hits you and you go flying back into the ground itself explodes as you're sitting in the crater and you take 124 damage.
Wow.
I take how much?
124?
Yeah, he is standing with 5 health.
As you slowly get up outside the crater, you feel a hand touch your back as you do heal all the way back up.
Oh. Yay!
It is now your turn. He just
so
laughs looking down at you.
Spirit Guardians was up. Does he needs to do a save, I think.
You're not close enough to remember he's 30 feet tall, so
When
his
he
range.
came up to hit me, didn't he?
I mean, his hammer hit you, but I mean, like, just his hammer matches how big he is. So he has like a range of like 30 feet to hit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just move up to him,
That's fine.
and then he has to make a save.
That works. What's the save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. What's the DC?
25 with the bonuses.
He failed. How much damage?
That will be 8d8.
Go ahead and roll it.
Rolling. Oh,
Well, let's get some
low
more
numbers in here.
epic music going too when you get a chance. Thank you.
And none of these are all the way up there, though.
Put that one on that I told you, and put it at Crimson Blaze. It should be at like 21 minutes.
Okay. So the spirit guardians, his guardian angels do 33 damage in total.
And you do it on one of his I guess it would be like his big toe. As it skids aside, and he just lets out a small chuckle as it barely scratched the surface. What do you do next?
He's going to throw his dwarven thrower, getting right underneath him. He's going to chuck it up to like uppercut him with the hammer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
24 to hit.
24. Let me see. Also, actually, take it back to high octane at like 10 minutes. Sorry, that one will be a better one. Let me see here. How much to hit?
Uh, 24.
It hits.
Okay, that's gonna be 1d10 plus 8 plus 2d something fire damage.
He's immune to fire damage.
Never mind, go fuck myself. And then I'm going to add in a smite on that.
Okay.
Where is my smite? Alright, so that is 7d6. So 17 damage plus 40. So in total, that's 40. 53 damage. In the
53
one swing.
damage?
Yep.
It hits his chin as his head actually moves up a little bit. And he lets out a small roar of annoyance, feeling that pain go through his jawbone as he looks at you, and he will do a legendary action.
Okay, I'm gonna say something to him right before he takes that, just in case I die again or
Say
die. He just smiles. Look, laddie, I might die here today, but my gods are smiling down at me. Can you say the same?
He smiles as he looks up to his mom and goes, "Yes, little dwarf." And he like revs up as you see 4 of his feet, his 2 back feet holds the weight. It's stupid. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Just his big ass eye looking at you. Actually, the whole face is out.
Yeah, he flicks it off.
He's stupid. As the 4 feet slam into the ground, and you feel like an earthquake is kind of happening. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Sure. That would be a 14.
It was so violent that you actually fall prone.
Damn.
On the ground. As he then goes for his first action. He's going to go for a multi-attack.
Goodbye. It's
Farewell.
time to say goodbye.
He's so stupid. So the first one, sadly, was a fucking nat 20.
Yeah, goodbye.
He basically hits you, just brings it down straight on you and slams into you as the earth around you just shatters as you go deeper into the ground. You'll take 124 damage.
All right.
Its second attack goes to hit, but he set you so far down into a hole that the 2 other strikes just can't reach you as you're sitting in a small crater.
Oh.
He looks at you. It does not matter. As his mouth opens, as blackish red flames start coming out, as he puts his hand on the ground and his mouth next to the hole as he opens fire and unleashes Lithaother's breath. Roll me a DC Wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. Hey, I'm good at those. 20.
You pass, so you don't take all the damage, which is great. You will take...
Mother.
You'll take 21 damage as the hole is just
Okay.
filled with flame.
Nice.
He'll end his turn. It's now your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're prone in a small crater in the ground.
Okay, yeah, he'll stand up. So half his movement speed. So he's down to like 10 feet left.
You
He's
have
not gonna
wings.
try to climb out.
You can fly. You have wings.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah, he'll fly out. Sure.
Okay, you fly out. You're
He'll
5 feet above the ground now, or the hole.
yeah he'll fly back up to his face, and another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, you go right to his face. How much flying speed do you have?
I don't know. How much do I have?
I'd say you have about 40 feet. You took half your movement getting up.
Mhm.
So you'd be able to go 20 feet. So you're about at his belly button.
That's fine.
Works nonetheless, right?
Yes, it's Adam.
23.
That fails.
Roll damage.
Gladly. Wahaha! That's 42 damage.
Damn. He kind of roars out a little bit of pain.
What type of creature is he?
He's a dragon.
Okay, I don't think that's fiend or undead or anything. So.
As he kind of, do you do anything else?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do?
Let me actually check what spells I have left of the
Go for it.
higher variety.
I'm sorry, everyone else got left out on this boss battle. I wasn't.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a boss battle, but then I also kind of was like, I want to save y'all's asses to be in the campaign later on, maybe. So it would be cool that way.
I hope you guys aren't bored. I apologize.
No, I'm loving the story.
Cool.
Kick his ass.
Just. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him again with my hammer,
Go for it.
right into the gut. What bonuses do I get to that? Was it just +2 the same?
You have a +5 to hit and +5 for damage.
Oh, that's a 19 to hit.
When you go to hit, you must have hit like a muscle. Wait, how'd you hit him?
Just right in the gut, square.
You must have hit his ab, because the skin just ripples, but he just looks down at you with all 4 eyes.
Goddamn.
God. So, is this a house?
He's gonna use a bonus action.
Go for it.
To attack with a spiritual weapon, which is the hammer still.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
God damn it, Bobby. That's 20.
Are you going for the same spot?
No, wait, that's 21.
Oh,
Yeah, the
meets
same
it,
spot.
Meets it, beats it.
Woo!
He kind of grunts a little bit as you hit that spot again, as the first hop must have weakened it a bit. How much damage?
That is 48.
48 damage? Damn.
4d8.
Oh, 4d8. Okay, I was like,
I
ah.
rolled the damage. That's a total of 22 damage.
It grunts in pain a little bit. Then it just looks down at you, ready to strike again.
And he prepares himself.
Both of Cassadoo's wings spread open as his wings kind of do like almost a clap, but they don't reach each other in front of him. They're more just shoving pressure at you. Go ahead and roll me a a dexterity saving throw.
Wings don't fail me now. Oh shit, that one. That's a one.
When the wings flap right next to you, like you see both these massive wings come at you, and you think they're gonna squish you, but they stop as you just feel the amount of wind pressure slam into you and send you rocking down to the ground prone.
Damn it.
Let's see here. And you take 12 damage. How are you looking right now? How are you feeling as you're laying on the ground?
Yeah, he's at 31 health. He feels like he's definitely bloodied and coughing up some blood, but he feels happy to not only have fulfilled his mission as the Earth Warden, to also talk to his goddess, which he's done before, but just so personally like that too, and to have helped save some of his companions. He will think in his mind, I wonder what Eddie's up to right now. I bet he's having a great time in the fields.
And as you're thinking this, you think about Eddie and where Eddie could be. Your friends are protected. You have actually caused a great inconvenience to Lithahara getting that rod. You don't know if they'll be safe in there forever. As you're completely shadowed out, as Casidu's left front leg goes up to slam on you. And since you're prone, it is an automatic hit and crit.
Sure.
Do you say anything? Do you think any last thing in this last moment? As you lay there in the rubble.
He thinks to himself,
I'm glad I was able to fulfill my last acts for you, Earth Mother.
and the final thing he'll say,
I'm coming, Eddie.
And right as you say that, the foot just slams down as the earth around it just shatters. As he actually even goes a little further into the earth before he looks up at the temple, and he looks to his mother. The carnage is great. Dragon spawns have, in one night, conquered the strongest city in Thuldor. In one night, devastated the Runeforge kingdom. Many have fled that could flee when they had the chance. But it wasn't everybody. And he scorched carts, lays kneeled, holding up his metal sign. Bardrin, all there is left is a crater. Droot, Mallory, and Nadmoir, you both sleep in a permanent stasis. But Droot, can you go to like some like past suspense music now? That works.
like, yeah.
Droot, you wake up from a short nap. You fell asleep reading your book, and the reason why you woke up is the main body has been disconnected for reasons you were unaware. What do you say as you wake up from this nap in your hidden palace restaurant?
Clone does work. Good to know.
The clone is alive, but since the main body is still alive, the clone is just still the clone. You don't know what happened to the other main body. You just know that it lost connection.
Oh, gotcha. So this is my simicularum.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Simulacrum?
My simulacrum, that's how you say it.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that spell.
Wow, I'm free. Free from that overlord. Things gonna have to change around here. And
Do you
start.
shatter the mirror that leads to Runeforge? Just so you don't have to deal with that overlord again?
No. Might be handy later on. I don't know what it's for. I'm gonna start exploring through, finding memories and gearing up, trying to go make my own way in life.
Fair enough. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the night.
So it's like a different personality from your original?
Once it disconnects from the chain of command, yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it then. I was like, who's Overlord? But I get it now. Sorry, continue.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the historic moment that has changed Thuldor's direction in the fall of the Runeforge kingdom.